is Maureen, and this is Energy Medicine Yoga class. Welcome. What is Energy Medicine Yoga? It's the yoga that you know and combining with ancient energy traditions and practices, some of which you may be familiar with and some of which you may not. One of those ancient energy traditions is Chinese medicine, and it's taught in Chinese medicine that the ways of the universe, the ways of the macrocosm, are reflected in the microcosm within each of us. There's a focus on the 5 elements of water, wood, fire, earth, and metal. And we, right now, in this September, we are in the middle of the season of the earth element, going from about mid-August till the end of September. Earth element is all about relationships, relationship to ourselves, to others, to the environment, to our pets, to our jobs. It just keeps going. The emotion, when earth element is in balance, the main emotion is compassion, and when earth element is out of balance, the main emotion is worry. The meridians associated or that are strongest in the time of the earth element is spleen and stomach. The spleen meridian is about upward moving energy, so traveling up from the earth, up the inside of the body. It's also about nurturing our immune system, so really good one to focus on. And the poses that are really good for balancing the earth element are forward folds and twists, which aid in digestion and elimination. All right, so that's enough. Let's get started. We're going to begin standing. So you can remove any props that you already have. It's really helpful to have blocks for this practice. And if you don't have blocks, substitute and pause this video and go get full toilet paper rolls or hardbound books. I suggest that the full toilet paper rolls because they're lightweight and they're just about the right height. All right, so as you come to standing, we are going to begin the practice with a few moments of centering. So shake your body out, move your body in any way that feels good. Rise up onto the balls of your feet, then onto your heels. Check in with your head or neck, or both, head and neck. And when you're ready, take a comfortable standing position. It doesn't have to be Tadasana, but feel grounded in your feet. Lift your toes up, spread them out, and then lower them back down to really spread out and have a good solid foundation. To encourage you to draw your attention inward for a few moments to center, I invite you to lower your gaze to the floor in front of you and close your eyes if you feel steady and balanced and comfortable with that. Just experiment, try both ways, find what works best for you. With your arms at your side, lightly place your hands on the front of your thighs, fingertips pointing down. Just take in a nice big deep exaggerated breath in, pulling air in through the nostrils, and then exhale through the mouth like you're blowing out birthday candles. Doing another round of that on your own. Think of that as just wiping the slate clear, dusting off the front porch. And then draw your attention to your spine. And invite a nice long, tall spine. Find the balance between ease and effort as you point the tailbone down like an anchor rooting towards the earth. And you lift up through the heart, pull the shoulder blades together, lengthen through the neck. And when you get up to the head, thinking of, or at least placing your attention at the base of the skull, you want to lift the back of the head up just ever so slightly, which will make the chin tip forward ever so slightly. Finding that position and then finding some ease in that position. I invite you to breathe in and imagine breath coming in through the crown of your head. And as you begin to breathe out, pressing the breath down through your torso, legs, feet, and into the earth. And that's our pranayama today, that visualization. With each inhale, imagine breath coming in through the crown of your head, moving down into your heart, and when you're ready to exhale, you're pushing that breath down through the body, legs, feet, and back into the earth. Doing that a couple of times on your own. You could change that imagery from breath coming in through the crown of the head to light coming in through the crown of your head. And pushing that back down through the legs, through the feet, into the earth. And then releasing that and letting it go, bringing your hands to meet at your heart, returning to your normal breath. This is Anjali Mudra with palms pressing, fingertips pressing, thumbs touching, thumbs resting at your sternum. Take a moment and set an intention for this practice and recognize the power of intention to shape and direct your energy and your efforts. Single word, quality, characteristic, something you want more of. Take a big deep breath in. And an even deeper, slower, longer, smoother breath out. And release your hands to your thighs. Palms face forward, eyes are open. Connect now and check in that your toes are pointing forward and your feet are like the equal sign. Inner hips with distance apart. And when you're ready, we'll do a couple sun breaths. Inhale, arms out wide. And up high as you look up and lengthen. And turn your hands away. As you exhale and bring it down. And really check in, tune in, recognizing that your energy field. Inhale, arms up, expands around you 3 feet in every direction. Looking up, lengthening, and exhale, turn your palms down, bring it right back down to your pelvic focal point, the center of gravity in your body. Last one, inhale. Press down through feet as you reach up tall through hands. Looking up, turn your palms away and exhale, slowly lower. Let's do the Qigong version of that. Qigong is another energy tradition. And their philosophy is open up the joints and the rest will follow. So step wider and soften through ankles, knees, hips, shoulders, elbows, everything's soft. Slight bend in the knees and your abdomen is soft. Palms face down and are extended out to your side. Spread your fingers out. Inhale, arms up halfway. Exhale, palms up. Inhale, arms up all the way. Exhale, index fingers and thumbs meet. Inhale, look up and lengthen. Exhale, palms rotate down, deep bend in the elbows as you bring it right down through your central meridian, back down to the lower dantian in Qigong. Let's repeat. Soft joints. Wiggle, wiggle, and then inhale, arms up halfway. Exhale, palms up. Inhale, arms up all the way. Exhale, index fingers and thumbs meet. Inhale, look up, lengthen to receive. Exhale, bring it in. And release and let it go. Coming back into our Tadasana, our yoga position. Press down through feet, firm up your legs, draw in your core. Inhale, sweep your arms up overhead. Look up for Urdhva and then let your hands interlace, except leaving the first finger and the thumb pointing up for Temple Mudra. Lift up tall. Just see how that feels in your shoulders, then soften through the shoulders. And now let's do a side bend to the right. Press down through the left heel. Inhale, back up to center, side bend to the left. If you want to add to it, you can push that right hip out wide, or you can stay steady in your hips and just let that be from the hip up to the shoulder. Inhale, back up to center. And now shift your weight into the right foot and just step your left foot behind you on the ball of foot. Bend both knees and side bend. Soften through the elbows. Different position. Inhale, back up to center. Lengthen both legs. Shift your weight into the left foot. Let the right foot step behind you. You're on the ball of the foot. Bend both knees and side bend to the left. And inhale up to center and release and let it go. Just let your palms release down to your sides. And let's do our energy wake up. Have a nice comfortable stance. It can be as wide apart as you like. 2 fingers meet the thumbs. For this energy wake up, it's about 3 minutes and we breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth. 2 fingers meet the thumb, find where the collarbones almost meet, come down, and you're really trying to, and you go out a little, but you're trying to find that little indentation, and it's a different measurement in everybody, but there is a little indentation underneath the collarbones. And that's where you want to begin tapping. It's a vigorous tapping. Breathe in through the nose. Breathe out through the mouth. This is an energy clearing practice. So keep doing that breath practice as I explained that this is the end of the kidney meridian. And just the kidney meridian controls all of your energy systems. Tapping here wakes all of them up. Breathing in through the nose. Breathing out through the mouth. And remember, if tapping so vigorously does not feel good or there's pain, then you could circle. Take one hand and find the middle of the sternum, about 5 inches long. It differs on everybody between the breastbone and the where the collarbones almost meet. And with one hand, begin tapping in the center. Breathing in through the nose. Breathing out through the mouth. Cultivate long, deep breaths here. Tapping here is related to the thymus in Chinese medicine, and it's considered an immune boost. The third place to tap is the upper side ribs. This is the end of the spleen meridians. You can use the inside of your fist or those beak fingers, or you could circle. Don't avoid it if it's sore. Breathing in through the nose. Breathing out through the mouth. This is the end of the spleen meridian. It's all about metabolism. Take in what you need and release the rest. And the last of the tapping is the center point at the bone underneath the eye. It's the beginning of the stomach meridian. Lightly rolling your fingertips here, not adding a whole lot of pressure. Breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth. Tapping here is very grounding for us. And shake your hands up. Palms face down. Same knee lifts up to touch same hand. Just doing this a couple times. This is a homolateral energy pattern. Our body doesn't prefer that. It's what we slide into when we're bored or sick or sad. Shake it off, and the body moving the pattern, the energy pattern that your body prefers, which is the crossover. This is the way we walk. We're just adding a little bit to it. If you have a lot of energy, lift your knee up as high as you can. Touch a little lower down the leg. You can add a twist just by looking side to side, and you can challenge your brain, your left-right brain by tapping behind. Breathing in through the nose, whichever way you've chosen. Breathing out through the mouth. Remember, you can modify this and just come onto big toe if balance is an issue. And slowing it down. Bring both hands to the base of your torso. Call to mind your intention. On an inhale, draw your fingertips, the breath, and your intention up through the central meridian, up overhead, and exhale, smooth it out. Embody your intention. Inhale, breath, fingertips, and intention up through the midline of the body. Exhale, smooth it out. Last one. And the wake up with one finger on your navel, one finger between the eyebrows, lightly press in and lift up as you breathe in through the nose. Breathe out through the mouth. Keep that breath pattern going as I explain that we are connecting the central meridian with our governing meridian and making it a conduit, a circuit, amplifying the energy there. It's a good thing to do before you get out of bed in the morning. And when you finish that exhale, release your hands to your side and shake it all out. Staying right in the middle of your mat, I'm just doing this from the side so that you can see me. Find mountain pose, Savasana. Press down through feet, lift up through core. Inhale, arms out wide, look up, Urdhva Stasana. And then hinge at the hips and do the Celtic weave. Remember, the Celtic weave is like a figure 8, lying on its side. Keep your spine long as you alternate which wrist comes forward. And you come all the way down into your forward fold. Bend your knees. Lift your left foot and let the palm face up as you step on the left fingertips. Then do the same for the right. Keep your knees bent. Let your chest rest on your thighs. And then we're going to lift and extend. So lift the spine up. Lengthen the legs, square your shoulders, just to the degree that your hamstrings allow you to. And then fold. Bend the knees, round the spine, be heavy. Let it go. We're going to do it 2 more times. Press down through your feet, lift your spine up and away, square shoulders, try to lengthen arms, spine, and legs. And then exhale, fold. Bend deeply, let this go, let the effort go. And then inhale, lift, lengthen to the degree you can with your feet holding your hands down. And then bend the knees and release your feet. Let your hands meet at your sacrum, interlace them. Your knees can have any bend that serves you with hamstrings warming up, or you can lengthen through the legs. But right now, this will be a shoulder opening as we lift the arms away from the low back. Your crown of your head is pointing down, and you just keep going and let gravity open up through your shoulders. Keep breathing, just going to a place that you can sustain. Keep letting the breath help you sustain this opening. And then slowly bring those hands back to your sacrum and let your palms touch the low back with fingertips pointing down. Add a deep bend to your knees, and that should make your spine come up a little bit so that you're preparing to rise up into chair pose from below. So lifting your heart up a little bit more. You should have a deep bend in the knees. The knees are not splaying out, they are parallel. And I invite you to just circle your hands here at this sacrum. This is called the Ming Men energy point, and is one of the most powerful energy points in the body. So with circling, it doesn't matter which direction that you're going. And then release your hands and sweep your arms up to frame your ears for fold chair pose. Then hands touch like Anjali Mudra, and bring those thumbs to touch the inside edge of your eyes, really close to the bridge of your nose. You're touching an important energy point called bladder 1. Keep your body in the pose of chair, so pull your belly to your spine, lift your heart, pull shoulder blades together, and you should be feeling this in your thighs, so keep breathing to sustain your pose. And then press down through heels, rise up, reach up, hands come back to heart, and release. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Let's see, I think I'm doing the schoolyard hookup now. I love this. This is drawing all of your meridians together to the midline and crossing over, which is the body's preferred pattern. Send your arms out in front of you. Point your thumbs down. Backs of the hands are moving towards one another. Left hand comes over right hand. You interlace the hands. Step the left foot behind the right foot, but keep legs straight. And then draw those fists in towards your chest and squeeze. Squeeze legs, squeeze glutes. Pull your arms to your midline. And release. And release the arms, release the legs. Same thing on the side. Arms go out in front of you. Point the thumbs down, backs of the hands towards one another. This time, right hand over left. Interlace, step behind, right foot steps behind left. Legs are long. And then pull those wrists in, curl them in and up, and squeeze. Legs, glutes, core, arms. And release, unwind, let it go. Let's do our sun salutations. If you have blocks, use them. If not, that's all right. You can just extend your reach or be on spider fingertips. Standing at the top of your mat, let's find Tadasana. Remembering the centering exercise we did at the very beginning of practice. Your feet are in the shape of a number 11 or the equal sign. Toes point forward, lift your toes up, spread them out, and lower them. Legs are engaged, lift your core up, point your tailbone down, roll shoulders up towards ears, shoulder blades glide down your back, palms face forward, chin parallel to the ground. Inhale, arms out wide and up high, Urdhva, look up, reach up. Turn your palms away and exhale. Hinge at the hips. Keep your spine long as you bow. Point the crown of the head down. Keep a bend in the knees if your hamstrings are still tight. And then inhale, rise halfway. Think about a long spine as you pull your belly to the spine. Pull shoulder blades together and down your back. Reach forward at the crown of your head. Exhale, down to Uttanasana. Hands can frame the blocks or your feet. As you step the right foot back, straight leg lunge. Hips lower, heart lifts, fingertips are light. Remove any blocks. As both hands touch the ground and you step the left foot back, downward facing dog. Have a little time to warm up here. Bend both knees deeply and then add some length.
Walk the dog with one heel down, opposite knee bent. Give your body the time it needs. Move your body in whatever way you like to move it. You might sway your hips side to side. You might check in with your head and neck. Release any held tension there. And then find stillness in the pose and breathe. On your next inhale, shift your body forward into plank and squeeze everything. And try to make a line from the heels up through the crown of your head. Pull your belly to your spine. Hug everything to the midline. And you decide if knees touch the ground or you stay in plank, but keep elbows close to ribs as you lower and exhale. Tops of the feet touch the ground. Press down through thighs and hip points. As you inhale, lift your heart, pull shoulder blades together down your back. Elbows point back. Exhale, lower. Tuck your toes. Inhale to table. Exhale, lift up hips to downward facing dog and find the position and then breathe in stillness. Breathing deeply, using that breath exercise at the very beginning, that the breath comes in through the crown of your head and moves down your body, down through the feet. We take 3 breaths here. And then on an inhale, right leg rises long behind you, 3-legged dog. Exhale, right knee bends, pull it in, step it forward. Straight leg lunge, hips are low, heart is high, fingertips are light. And you press out back foot to join front foot. Uttanasana, forward fold. Add any bend to the knees that you need. Now pull the belly to the spine and reverse swan dive. Inhale, arms up, look up, hands touch. Exhale, hands to your heart. The sun salutations help us get our energy moving in the right direction. It helps us to work with our energy and not against it. Let's go again. Inhale, arms up high. Look up, ask for what you need. Turn your palms away, swan dive, arms out wide and bow. Let your bow match the length of your exhale. When you're ready to inhale, rise up halfway. Lift up, long, tall through the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Hands frame the front foot. As you step back, left foot, straight leg lunge. Hips lower, heart lifts, light fingertips, wake up the hips. And then step the right foot back. Adho Mukha Savasana, and come a little deeper into this pose as you pull ribs to thighs. Point the tailbone up, push the weight of the hips back. Press your shoulders away from the mat. Arms frame the ears, eyes are on your toes, and breathe. And steady. And inhale, shift forward to plank and squeeze everything. Keep your breath flowing while you squeeze your muscles. And then exhale, lower, all the way down, release your weight. Firm up the lower half of your body, press into it, and lift up through the heart. Maybe lengthen your arms this time for full cobra. Lift your chin. Exhale, lower. Tuck your toes. And we meet in downward facing dog. You can come up through table or come up through plank and find some rest here in downward facing dog. Take in the benefits of this inversion. On an inhale, your left leg rises long behind you, 3-legged dog. Exhale, bend the knee, pull it forward, step it forward, straight leg lunge, low hips, high heart, light fingers. Press off back foot to join front foot. In your forward fold, I invite you to stay here for an extra breath and let hands interlace behind your calves and add some length to your legs now that your body is warmed up. And let's add a little spinal twist before we rise. So your hands come to spider fingertips in front of you. Bend knees if you need to. Bend the left leg. Left hand comes in between both feet. Right hand comes to right hip as you twist toward the right. And see if you might lift that right arm up and maybe turn your gaze up as far as your neck allows. So the left knee is bent and the right leg is long and you're twisting to the right. And then release. Revolve the shoulders to face down toward the mat. This time the right knee bends. The right hand is between the feet on spider fingertips, or if you can use a block if muscles are tight. Left hand to left hip, add the twist. Really turn towards the left hip. And then you might invite the arm to lift and your neck, head and neck to turn towards the uplifted arm. Keep breathing. And then release. Facing down towards the mat. And pull your belly to the spine. And inhale, reverse swan dive, arms out wide. And up high. Rise up, reach up, look up, Urdhva. Receive. Hands touch and exhale to your heart. Take a deep breath in and a deep breath out and release. Let's balance. We're going to use our tree pose as our balance pose, and let's just see the juxtaposition of muscular energy versus organic energy. The lower half of your body is as firm as the trunk of a tree, that single leg that we balance on. And the organic energy is like the sap of the tree that helps the tree to move in the wind and the branches to flow. So right leg is our standing leg. Be light on your left. Hands at your hip or at your heart. Draw the bent knee away from the midline. The big toe can touch. As long as the heel of the bent leg is touching your standing leg, you can have a little extra if you need, a little support. You could bring it up for single leg balance to the calf or up to the inner thigh, wherever you choose. Add some tension. Press the bent leg into the standing leg or the heel. Keep all that. Firm legs, firm glutes, firm core. And then organic energy arises from that pelvic focal point, your center of gravity. And it comes up through the body. And you open. Organic energy helps us extend, lift, lengthen. So you're using both of these forces of energy, one rooting down into the earth and one growing up into the sun. Keep breathing and bring it all to the center and release and let it go and shake it out. Put just as much priority on letting go of a pose as you do to that focus and concentration to coming into the pose. All right, tree pose on the other side. Now it's our left leg. Shift your weight to the left leg. Become light on the right. Hands at your hips or your heart. Draw the bent knee away from the midline. There's your hip opening. You can keep the big toe touching the ground. Come into a single leg balance at the calf. We just never put the foot on the knee because you add the tension. And each side might be different. So if it doesn't work, you experiment and you modify. Establish your foundation. Rely on the earth. Rest and trust. The earth is always beneath your feet and that you can receive yin energy up through that standing leg. Keep drawing that energy up through the body. Taking it on your own time. Taking your arms to where it works for you. And try to feel that juxtaposition of really engaged muscles of the lower half of the body and light and flowing limbs of the upper torso and arms. Keep breathing. Tilt your hands open, the gesture of receiving. And then hands come together at your center as you bring it all down with grace and with control, and then let it all go again. All right, let's get in our lateral pose, Warrior Two, and we're going to add in an archer flow to it. Just stand at the front of your mat in Tadasana and step your left foot back. A comfortable distance, first on the ball of the foot, and then pivot so that you can get the heel back down. And then check in for the knee for safety. We never want the knee forward of the ankle. That puts too much strain on the front. So the knee is directly over the ankle or behind it. But tune in, check in, and adjust. Back foot is at about a 45-degree angle. Your hips are facing the wide edge of your mat. Bring hands to your heart, elbows up. Extend the arms out wide, palms face down. Turn to look over your front fingertips, the right fingertips, and then add something to it by pressing down through feet, firming up your thighs, drawing the inner thighs towards one another, lifting up through the core, pulling shoulder blades together on your back. Warrior Two. We add the archer flow, and it's tracing the lung meridian. So that left hand, bend it and let it touch the left shoulder. And then turn your right palm so that your thumb is facing up toward the ceiling. And then just lightly trace across the front of your chest. And then keep tracing this left hand inside the right arm. And you're twisting in the torso to allow you to do this as you reach to the fingertip. And then you're drawing back in. We're going with the lung meridian, and then we're going against the lung meridian flow. And release the arm out. Let's do it again. Left hand touches left shoulder. Lightly trace across the front of the body. Trace it up the inside of the right arm, all the way out to fingertips and twist in the torso, and then lightly draw back. And release that left arm. And to come out of the pose, left arm comes forward, you pivot onto the ball of the back foot. Press up back foot to join front foot. You are in Tadasana. I'm gonna go the other way so I can face you. At the top of your mat in Tadasana, you step back a comfortable distance and just take a moment. Takes a little bit of balance to get there. Starting on the ball of the back foot, and spin the back heel to connect and find that your back foot is at a 45-degree angle. Check in with your knee. We don't want to go forward of the ankle, so you might adjust your stance. Lower your pelvis down. The closer your pelvis is to the ground, the more steady you are. Center of gravity closer to the ground, the more steady. Hands to heart. Open out wide. Gaze looks out over left fingertips now. Check that that back arm is as high as the front arm. And then add to it. Press down through feet. Pull the thighs in. Lift the core up and pull shoulder blades together. Warrior two. Adding the archer flow. Right hand touches right shoulder. Traces across the chest, inside the left arm, touch out, and pull back, and open. Repeating that. Then the right arm touches right shoulder, traces across the chest and inside the arm to the fingertips, and traces back over the lung meridian and releases. To come out of this pose, pivot on the ball of the back foot. Right hand comes parallel with left hand. Press off back foot to join front foot. Nice big deep breath in. And exhale. Excellent work. And now let's come down to a seated posture. If you like to lift your hips on a folded towel, it's a good idea to do so. We're just going to do a side bend and a twist. So just rocking back and forth, allowing a little space between the sit bones. Inhale, lift arms up overhead. And then exhale, right hand touches the ground as you side bend to the right. Keep this left shoulder back. If it came forward, pull it back. Inhale up. Exhale, left hand down to the ground, tilt left. Let it feel good. Keep pressing down through this sit bone and let the lengthening happen. And then inhale, rise, both hands up. Twist your torso to the right and then let the arms descend. Finding some leverage on opposite knee or the same knee, but lengthen arms, and this other hand is behind you on the ground. Take a breath in and press down through sit bones and lift up tall through the spine, and exhale, twist a little deeper. And breathing here while you hold the pose. Take another breath in, and as you exhale, release the pose. Lift those arms up overhead, really lengthen and lift up through the spine. Twist your torso to the left on your own, and then let your hands descend. Press down for leverage, lengthen both arms as you inhale, lift up through the spine, and exhale, twist to the left. Staying here and breathing while you hold this pose of the twist. Take another breath in. And as you exhale, release. Come forward. We're going to do Paschimottanasana for a forward fold to balance the earth element. And I'm going to invite you to do it a slightly different way. So on your toes, on your big toe in particular, the spleen 1 point and the liver 1 point, they both begin, those meridians begin on the big toe. So just let your first two fingers touch the outer corners of the big toenail. And with your knees bent, I'm going to encourage you to begin to slide your heels forward. You don't have to have straight legs. I'd rather you keep those 2 fingers on your big toe. So just see what your legs and hips and low back allow for this pose as you slowly add some length to to legs. And if you have reached your maximum and they're still bent, then you keep it there, and I want you to bow forward and round the neck. Perhaps you are able to lengthen the legs, in which case you bend your elbows and you bow your body closer to the thighs. And you breathe and you turn inward, keeping the index finger and the second finger on the inner and outer corner of the first toe. And breathe if you can. And then slowly begin to rise. And come onto your back. Oops. My mat keeps moving. When you get onto your back, let your knees be bent and your palms face up, and just take a breath in constructive rest and really tune into the flow of energy in your body and the flow of breath and the flow of blood. Every day, you would benefit from taking time to do this for a couple of minutes, sitting in constructive rest on a flat surface, your spine flat, with your spine long, really. All right, and now let's bend the right knee and interlace your hands over the right shin, flex the right foot, and extend the left leg long, an inch or 2 off the ground. The left foot is flexed too. Take an inhale, and then exhale, bring nose to knee, Apanasana. Holding here, feet are flexed. This is an active pose, and that left leg is lifted inches off the ground. And then release your head down to the ground and switch your knees. Both feet are flexed. The right foot is inches off the ground and extended. Take a breath in and exhale. Apanasana, nose to knee, crunch. Holding here. And then release and come back to constructive rest, head on the ground. Everything's relaxed and released. Send your arms out wide. We'll do a supine twist. Lift both feet off the ground and pull your legs together like they're one unit. Lift the knees up above your hips as high up as you can on your own. And on an exhale, the knees fall to the right. And once they are resting on something on the ground, the weight of the legs, pull the left shoulder blade back down to the earth and look over the left arm. And breathe. Recognize you're warming the body down. Pull your head to center, use your core, and pull the legs to center. Take a breath in here in alignment. When you're ready, you're going to exhale left legs as one unit over to the left. Let the weight of the legs be supported on the ground as you draw the right shoulder blade back down to the ground and look over the right arm and breathe. And pull your head up to center. Use your core and pull the legs up to center. Wrap your arms around your shins and rock. Just giving the spine a little massage. Push the sacrum down so you get the whole spine. Breathing deeply. And when you're ready, begin to open and unfurl the body long. Taking your legs out long in front of you, walking heels to opposite corners at the bottom of your mat. Feet flop open. Before you release into Shavasana, we can do the rubbing of the hands and then placing the palms over the eyes. The heel of the palm is on the cheekbone and the fingertips are draped over the hairline. And just slowing down your breathing, absorbing the energy you created with the warmth of your hands. Allowing your eyes to rest, be shielded from bright light. Holding your hands here as long as you like, you're activating the stomach meridian, the bladder, gallbladder, and even touching into the third eye. The numerous points you're touching here, which is very soothing.
You hold there as long as you like, or you can release your arms down to your sides. And you stay here in stillness in Shavasana, last pose of the yoga practice. And just as you're settling in, I just want to reiterate some of the principles of energy medicine yoga that we learn by experiencing. That's how transformation begins. And we are recognizing and acknowledging that our body has inherent and innate wisdom. Our body prefers balance. Our body will move towards optimal energy flow. We need to learn to get out of the way. So let this stillness, let this quietness be a chance for you to listen to that powerful, intuitive connection within yourself. Remaining in stillness, just listening to the sound. And slowly begin to deepen your breath. Add small movement to fingers and toes, to wrists and ankles. In your own time, invite your body to move in any way that feels good. Eventually bending your knees and rolling to one side. And when you're ready, pressing up to a seated position. Bring your hands to meet at the center of your body at your heart in Anjali Mudra. And I invite you to bow your head to your heart. Call to mind your intention. Repeat that intention as often as you can so that you can move in the way of your own choosing. I share a quote from the Tao Te Ching, ancient Chinese text over 5,000 years old. The softest of all things overrides the hardest of all things. Let's seal the practice with a single chant of Om, remembering that sound Om is symbolic of our connection to one another and to the universe. Exhale fully. Inhale deeply. Om. Namaste.